Today we're going to be looking at Final Fantasy combos. The whole card pool is available to us. Everything has been released. Now let's see what the potential has with this set. For everyone who loves gimmicky and even good interactions, we're going to start off with Stiltskin Moogle Merchant. It's a white 1/2 Moogle, which, I mean, you could probably do an entire show just on this card because it has lifelink and pay 2, tap. Target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control. And then if they do, you draw a card. Well, what cards can we give them? Well, we could give them Archfiend of the Dross right before it has no more counters on it. Because it says it enters with 4 oil counters. At the beginning of your upkeep, you remove an oil counter from Archfiend of the Dross. And if it has no more oil counters on it, you lose the game. Well, how about this? If you haven't lost the game yet from my Archfiend of the Dross, I'm just going to give it to you with Stiltskin, the Moogle Merchant. Rob goes like Jumbo Cactuar plus, whatever. Well, you have to name that whatever for the show. Now, Stiltskin Moogle Merchant. I mean, this is almost like a donate target show. Let's give them Illusions of Grandeur as well. You ever thought about that? I love this card. It's also pretty cheap to activate. Is this at instant speed? It is at instant speed. So actually what I can do is play Illusions of Grandeur, gain 20 life, and then I don't know how this works with cumulative upkeep. Can I donate it before I pay the upkeep? Like, it's my upkeep cost. But then I'm not going to have it at my upkeep anymore. Oh, it's pretty interesting. Okay, you know what? Let's go with Rob here. Rob says, Jumbo Cactuar plus something else. Jumbo Cactuar. I mean, who doesn't know a Jumbo Cactuar combo? 7 mana for a 1/7, 10,000 needles. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets plus 9,999. Of course, well, if you want me to fill in the blanks, Fling. It's the only one I know about. Sorry, it's not the only one I know about, but it's the easiest one. Okay, me and Bruley, save us here. Ancient, Adam Twice. Or Adam Toy. This is okay. Let's get all the cards here. Ancient, you want Amulet of Vigor. You want Phyrexian Altar. And you want Sigil of the New Dawn. Okay, where's our Final Fantasy card? It's our Ancient Adam Twice. Adam Trois? Or is it like a tortoise? Okay, anyway. 8 mana for an 8/20 turtle. Vigilance Ward 3. Damage isn't removed from this creature during the cleanup steps. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. When this creature dies, exile and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. Amulet of Vigor. If a permanent enters the battlefield tapped, it's untapped. Phyrexian Altar. Sack a creature, add 1 mana of any color. And now the New Dawn card, whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you can pay 2 mana. If you do, return that card back to your hand. So the idea is sack it to the altar. Okay. Sack it to the altar, get the treasures, untap because of the amulet. All right, that's true. Choose the left over to replay it because it went back into your hand. I love the combo. Hexanort. Samet. The Driving Force. You also want what is this? Sorceress's Scheme ×2. We need 2 of those. And Firebrand Archer. Must have speed 3 or more. Okay. Firebrand Archer, 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Now we need 2 of the Sorcerer's schemes. We be scheming around here. 4 mana sorcery. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard or exiled card with flashback you own to your hand. Add a red mana. Also has flashback of 5 mana. So we need 2 of these. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Oh, I see. Because we can bounce off of each other. That's the idea. Because when we play for the flashback, it gets exiled, which makes it fair in Commander because you're never going to Sorcerer's Scheme another Sorcerer's Scheme. But we're not playing Commander right now. And then Samet, the Driving Force. First strike, vigilance, haste, start your engines, and then other creatures you control get +X/+0, where X is your speed. Non-creature spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is your speed. Okay, so we need to be, if we're at speed 3, this thing costs 1 red. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, and we add a red, so we go infinite. Doesn't work because the tortoise exiles itself. Oh no! The combos are already getting refuted before the show barely gets going. What was that? What was that? Our third combo? Well, all right. The reputation of Nikachu MTG Live goes down a few more pegs, but we got to recover. We're gonna recover, Steve Cooper. We're gonna get back in there. Okay, Christopher B with. Let's get to the end here. Salvation Swan, Traveling Chocobo. Sounds like a very cute, simple combo. Traveling Chocobo, a 3-mana 3/2 bird. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And we are comboing with the Salvation Swan, a 4-mana 3/3 flash flying creature. Whenever Salvation Swan or another bird you control enters, exile up to 1 target creature you control without flying. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter at the beginning of the next end step. I bet there's some way to abuse that with the flying counter. So I guess we are targeting the Chocobo. You can play if a land or a bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability to trigger. So are we missing a card here? When you look at the top card, you can play lands. What's triggering twice? Oh, this thing triggers twice. This is the card that triggers. So when it enters the battlefield, we exile up to one target creature you control without flying. Return it to the battlefield. So what's the combo here, Christopher B? I don't get it. Unless we're triggering its. Hold on, unless we are targeting it plus. I don't know where we go infinite with this, or do anything. What's the idea here? I mean, it's good value. Do you know what? I shouldn't. I should not forget that we can just get good value off of these cards. So instead of exiling one thing, we get to exile 2 things. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. And what are we exiling? Up to 1 target creature you control without flying. So you can blink 2 things at once. I will count it. My expectations were too high. These things don't need to go infinite. Okay, Marcio. We've got Celis, Rune Knight. Is an awesome persist combo commander used with Murderous Redcap and Ultra Dementia. Murderous Redcap. Do we even need a sack outlet? I'm sure we need the sack outlet. Okay, so the idea is Celis Rune Knight, 4-mana 4/4, enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards +1. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control enter, if 1 or more of them entered from a graveyard or is cast from a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That +1/+1 counter is very important because Murderous Redcap, when it dies, is supposed to come back with a -1/-1 counter. And when it enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. And because it's going to come into play with a +1/+1 counter, it negates its -1/-1 counter, just deals the 2 damage. And if you have a sack outlet, yes, you can infinitely deal damage to somebody's death. Tresaru, VV. Oh man, I heard VV is like the combo card. It's not VV's Thunder Mage. Oh man, no! Just hold on. What is the VV card called? There's too many VVs in this game. Because there's a Vivian. Oh, here we go. I found the VV of all VVs. And you want Grumgully and Displacer Kitten. For a bunch of mana for non-creature spells. So we have a giant mana-producing combo. Let's get to the cards I understand the best. Displacer Kitten. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile up to one target non-land permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So if you cast non-creature spells, you get to blink something. Yeah, exile it, and then it comes back. Grumgully. Each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Oh! What does that mean? With an additional? Okay, so what, are we going to be blinking the VV? So that every single time we play Displacer Kitten, we blink, and then VV gets a little bit bigger. So 0 mana at X in any combination of blue or red, where X is VV's power, which will at least be 1, activate only during your turn and only once each turn. But when we blink it, we're going to get more mana anyway. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on VV, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. I think that's the idea. Although you have to keep the creature spells going for the non-creature spells. For a bunch of mana for non-creature spells. Correct. Felicia with, what is this? Okay, we have Esper Valagarmanda. Oh, they changed the rules on these things. It completely screws me. If a saga like loses its chapter abilities, the saga doesn't sacrifice itself. Just completely screws me as a Merfolk player. Molten Duplication and Doubling Season. Order Esper's trigger so Chi resolves first. Who's Chi? Oh, Chapter 1. Okay, you want Chapter 1 to resolve first. Okay, exile an instant or sorcery card from each graveyard. Molten Duplication. Sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. It gains haste until end of turn. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. And we are, for certain, going to be copying our summon, Esper Valagarmanda. And then Doubling Season. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many tokens instead. If an effect would put 1 or more counters on a permanent you control, it puts twice that many? Huh? So are we going to get, like, double the chapters? Oh, yeah, I guess we do. So it's going to come into play. So we're going to blink this thing. It's going to go straight to Chapter 2. Add red for each lore counter on this saga. You may cast an instant or sorcery card exiled with this saga, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that. And I guess we're going to get Molten Duplication. Wild! Hold on. How many times can we do this? You may cast an instant card exiled with this saga. Oh, exile an instant or sorcery card from each graveyard. Create a token that's a copy. Oh, I see. Okay, we can use one to exile and the other one to play. How many times? Can you play that thing over and over again? You may cast an instant exiled with it and mana. Yeah, like once it gets exiled, what is there going to be like another go to ever forever exiled zone? No, that doesn't exist. Not in real Magic. Only in fake unglued Magic. Sweet. Banovsky, thank you very much for your super chat and your combo. We're gonna go to Luzu. You want Luzu, hard scale, and walk hard. Sorry, hard. I'm guessing hardened scales, and walk ball. Please let that be the card. Oh, they put this whole combo in a precon. Okay, Walking Ballista. Comes to play with X charge counters. It's charge counters, right? No, X, just X +1. Oh, sorry. No, X +1/+1 counters. Pay 4 to put a counter on it. Remove a counter, deals 1 damage to any target. Hardened Scales. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, you get that many +1/+1. You get that many +1 instead. It's a weird way of wording. Just get 1 extra. Gata and Luzu, a 3-mana 1/1 flash creature. When Gata and Luzu enters, choose target creature you control. If damage would be dealt to that creature this turn, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Stop hurting yourself, Walking Ballista. Stop hurting yourself. So basically, you're going to deal damage to the Walking Ballista, and it's going to keep getting counters. And they get more counters because of the hardened scales. You deal 1 damage, you get 2 counters. Deal 1 damage, it gets 2 counters. And it basically gets infinitely big, and then eventually will deal infinite damage to everybody else. And Wizards of the Coast approves of this combo because apparently they put it right in the precon. Alan with Poo Poo UFO. That's a Final Fantasy card. Which Final Fantasy had aliens? I guess anything is possible. Hedron Crab. And Retreat to Coralhelm. And any bounce land to hand to mill the opponents out. So we'll just say, shoot, is there a card called Chamber? Yeah, there we go. Simic Growth Chamber. Okay, starting from the top. Poo Poo UFO, a 2-mana 0/4. Flying, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, which will be that Simic Growth Chamber. Pay 3 until end of turn. This creature's base power becomes equal to the number of towns you control. What does this do? Hedron Crab. Whenever a land you control enters, target player mills 3 cards. Retreat to Coralhelm. Ah, yes, the 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a land you control enters, choose 1. You may tap or untap target creature or scry 1. So the idea is we're going to bounce. Sorry, we're going to bounce Simic Growth Chamber back to our hand. And Retreat to Coralhelm will untap our Poo Poo UFO. You're not so poo poo, right? You're a great UFO. You're fantastic. You're a very, very wonderful, beautiful UFO, harassing people. And the whole point is we get enough infinite landfall triggers to Hedron Crab mill our opponents to death, which is victory for us, of course. Our opponent's demise helps us. Turiot with Aerith. Gainsborough, Agatha's Soul Cauldron, an Handwalking Ballista. I feel like these 2 cards are the combo. All right, so here's our sniper card. Agatha's Soul Cauldron can creatures with +1/+1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I'm assuming what we're going to do is tap, exile target card from a graveyard, and when the creature card is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I'm assuming we're going to exile this so that everyone gets the Ballista ability. And Aerith is a 3-mana 2/2 lifelinker. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Aerith Gainsborough. Wow! You know what this is? This is just Heliod in flower selling form. Basically. And when she dies, which she's not going to do because we're going to win, put X +1/+1 counters on each legendary creature you control, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Aerith. So the idea is, if she has the Walking Ballista ability and she shoots somebody, doesn't matter what, you gain the life. When you gain the life, you get the counter back on Aerith, who has the ability of Walking Ballista, and you can infinitely shoot people to death. Yeah, welcome back, Heliod combo in 2025. Is any of this isn't standard? No. Close. Maybe there's another Walking Ballista-like card. Because the 2 most important cards are like Agatha's Soul Cauldron and Aerith. Then maybe there's something else that snipes something for 1 damage. Steve Cooper, thank you very much for your super chat. Oh, you post something in the Discord. All right, you can post cards in the Discord. Xenos peers into the abyss, and 1 dono to the Discord. Okay, you have step 1. Okay, let's look at the cards here. I appreciate that you posted it. 5-mana 4/4. Oh, this is a deep combo. When Xenos, yay Galvus enters, choose a creature an opponent controls. Until end of turn, creatures other than Xenos get -2/-2. Sorry, yeah, other than Xenos. And the chosen creature get -2/-2. When the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, transform your Xenos into God knows. Bone Shards, an additional cost to cast the spell. Sack a creature or discard a card. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Oh, we want Shieldred. All right, Shieldred. Draw a card, gain life. If the opponent draws a card, they lose life. And Peer into the Abyss. Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life. Round up each time. Okay, so apparently step 1, Xenos and Shieldred on the field, bone shards and Peer into the Abyss in hand. Kill chosen creature with bone shards. All right, so whatever creature they chose, it's dead. Kill the chosen creature with bone shards. Xenos transforms into what? We actually don't have the flip side of this card. Transforms, choose an opponent, cast Peer into the Abyss on the chosen opponent. They die from shielded triggers and losing half their life, and you win the game. Okay, hold on. What's the other side to Xenos? Questions unanswered. What do you do? What's going on the other side here? We have an 8/8 flyer. As this creature transforms into Shinru, choose an opponent. When the chosen player loses the game, you win the game. Oh, okay, I see. So, well, okay, so I understand in a 4-player game, this combo is more powerful because when we kill one person, we are killing everybody. Yeah, the backside of Xenos is important. Yes. So if we draw all the cards and make our opponent lose all their life, that's how it's done. Okay, we have a super chat to donate. Let's give one to Bryce, shall we? Have we done Yasholta? Nope. And Bolus's Citadel? On which one? Oh, Night. You said Knight's Blessed. Bolus's. Okay, Bolus's Citadel. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. You can play the top card. If you do, though, you got to pay life equal to its converted mana cost rather than pay its mana cost. Tap, sack 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life. So what's the deal here? What are you going to do, Y'shtola? 4 mana, 2/4 vigilance. At the beginning of each end step, if a player lost 4 more life this turn, you draw a card. Oh. So I can help pay my own life to draw my own cards? Okay, whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, Y'shtola deals 2 damage to each opponent. Oh, and we gain some life. Our savior, our lord and savior, Y'shtola, Knight's Blessed. So I pay life, I get to draw cards. Is it only counting? Does it count? Just out of curiosity, does it count like the net loss, or does it count like if you ever lost 4 life at all? Because there's a world where, you know, you lose 4 life, but then you gain 2, so you only lost 2 at the end of the turn. But I technically lost the 4 life when I played that card off of Bolus's Citadel. Anyway, I think that works out. I just don't know. I just don't know the actual the ruling. In this timeline, Aerith kills Samurai. That's right. All right, Nicholas. Thank you very much for your combo. Balthier and Fran into Seeker of Skybreaks. Plus 2 vehicles. If you crew 2 vehicles, you can get 2 extra combats. Okay. So we have Seeker of Skybreaks will tap, untap target creature, and we need 2 vehicles? Untap. What's the point? Reach. Vehicles you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance and reach. Whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Fran this turn attacks, if it's the first combat phase of this turn, you can pay 3 mana. If you do, after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Oh, hold on. Oh, so you want to untap this creature so you can crew again. Whenever a vehicle crewed by this a turn attacks, if the first combat phase, you may pay 3. If you do, after this phase, there's an additional combat. So basically, for as many times as you can untap Balthier, and also as many... No, yeah, it's just as many times as you can untap Balthier, you get, like, an additional combat phase? Oh, no, sorry, it's only if it's the first one. Forget it. That's fine. We get two combat phases. It's more than what I had in the first place. In fact, it is a 100% more combat phases than I had in the first place. Marcio, thank you very much for your super chat. Jaws of Defeat. Okay, with this in play, cast a creature and respond to Jaw's trigger with Overkill on the creature. Cast a creature? Okay, let's first read Jaws of Defeat. Whenever a creature you control enters, target opponent loses life equal to the difference between that creature's power and its toughness. Oh no! Oh no! They're gonna die instantly. Things can go in the negative, right? Like we can go to negative oblivion. Whenever a creature you control enters, target opponent loses life equal to the difference between. Does it remember? Does the game remember? I guess so. Yeah, for cards like this, it goes back to whenever the card was last there. And when it was last there, well, it wasn't very big, now was it? That's crazy. Nicholas says, each vehicle attacking in the first combat phase will trigger them, though. That's why you crew multiple vehicles with them. That sounds great. All right, next up. I like this combo. That's really outside the box. Okay, Jess has one. Jess decided, instead of throwing random non-facts in the chat, Jumbo Cactar and Chandra's Ignition. Okay, Chandra's Ignition. Jumbo Cactar, Giant Cactus. Chandra's Ignition, 5-mana sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. That is sick. What we have to do is attack, make sure it lives, which it will, and then finish the game off. They're making Commander games end faster than usual. That's how it's working right now. Bruno, thank you very much for your super chat. A standard legal combo, Water Crystal. I looked up a Water Crystal. Coveted Falcon. Ooh, a Tail of Tameo. Tail of Tameo fully mills an opponent. Really? This art, by the way, is beautiful. I could get a poster of that art. Okay, the Water Crystal, 4 mana. Blue spells cost 1 less to cast. If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4. 6 mana, tap each opponent mills cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. So we need a lot of cards in our hand. Coveted Falcon, what are you going to do for us? 3 mana, 1/4. When the Falcon attacks, gain control of target permanent you own but don't control. Disguise for 2. When it's turn face up, target opponent gains control of any number of target permanents you control. Draw a card for each one they gained control of this way. So are we gonna like donate everything to them or something? Target opponent gains control of any number of target permanents you control. Draw a card. I'm assuming we're the ones who are choosing. We're gonna be floating a bunch of mana or something. The Tail of Tameo for 3 mana. Pay 1, mill 2 cards. If 2 cards share a card type, were milled this way, draw a card and repeat the process. And also, Chapter 4, exile any number of target instant, sorcery, and or Tameo planeswalker cards from your graveyard. Copy them. You may cast any number. How does this? Oh, it says mill 2 cards, and then if 2 cards that share a type were milled this way, draw a card. So this isn't guaranteed, right? But it's super likely. It's like 99.99%. Oh no, but it only says if an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4. It's not you. So it's possible. It's still possible, but very unlikely. One, if mill 2 cards. Each opponent mills cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. I think that we're like really banking on that one. What's the point of the? I don't understand the point of the Tameo in the end. Can someone help? Okay, they mill 6 cards. There will be 100% 2 cards that share a type. Not real. Is there? Okay, 6 cards because it. I see. Okay, no, but it doesn't. Oh, it's them. If 2 cards that share a type were milled this way, repeat the process. Oh yeah. It's just the opponents. That's exactly what we wanted to do. That was the plan the entire time. This is. Oh, we're donating. Oh. That's right. We're going to give it to them with the coveted falcon. Okay, that was the thing I was missing. That was that. Very, very, very nice, Bruno. That was a beautiful combo. I don't know what the odds of this thing getting pulled off successfully in standard, but it's standard legal, baby. Anything's possible in MTG Arena if you play against enough opponents, especially in the best of one bracket. Yeah, if you give them the tail, they'll mill 6, rinse and repeat. I like that. Okay, that's cute. That is very, very cute. Okay, we're going to look at more Final Fantasy combos created by the Final Fantasy set in Magic the Gathering. But we got to thank our sponsors today, Fusion Gaming, starting with FusionGamingOnline.com. Deal of the week this week, save 20% off old dice, but also you can pre-order and get your Final Fantasy cards here. What better way to support the channel and also make your combos than buying from FusionGamingOnline.com, in addition to other singles and sealed product that they sell. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, including those Final Fantasy cards. And we're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Because who knows what the next best deck is? In Standard, Commander, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, could be anything. They're printing so many cards now that are legal in like all formats. Don't commit to any one deck. Rent using Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your third month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_ZAX. Okay, back to combos. Who loves combos? Well, not people who, I don't get it. Is there at least, like, some people who don't mind combos if they come up 1 hour into the game? I don't know what everyone's tolerance is. Oh, give me a second. I need to get my water. I'll be back. Sometimes before a show starts, I fill up my tea. Or coffee. But then I forget to go get it before I start the show. All right, well, let's move on. Hey there, Sandalaphone. Okay, Pedgeman. You got Go-Go Master of Mimikry? The Go-Go Master. Unstoppable Plan. Ugh, these combos are big. The Enigma, but I'm not going to be. Was the Enigma Jewel? Kindle Spark Duel. Oh, sorry, Duo. Well, how does this work? It's a 4-mana combo. Go-Go Master, double X tap, copy target activated or triggered ability you control X times. You may choose new targets for the copies. This ability can't be copied, and X can't be 0. Oh, I'm not allowed to choose X. What's wrong with my X? My X being 0. I can't have 0 X's. An enchantment at the beginning of your end step. Untap all non-land perms you control. I bet we're gonna untap this card. Just a wild guess. The Enigma Jewel. Enters the battlefield, tap, add double colorless. I bet we're untapping that too. Craft with 4 more. I don't think we're crafting with anything. I think this is just a soul ring. Kindle Spark Duo deals 1 damage to target opponent by tapping it. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, untap your Kindle Spark Duo. And then so I'm assuming we want to keep making mana, and we keep making mana. We keep playing spells. We keep untapping things, and we keep shooting things with our Kindle Spark Duo. And then we're going to keep copying target artifact or triggered ability you control X times. So we need something on the stack. Copy target activate or triggered ability you control X times. Wait a minute. We're copying triggered abilities. Oh, we're copying this one. Interesting. At the beginning of your end step, untap. No, it's at the beginning of your end step. Oh, no, that's what we're copying. Copy the trigger from an Unstoppable Plan. So it goes on the stack. We copy that with the Go-Go. Then we get infinite mana. And we can keep doing this infinite times. My end step doesn't end. Sounds terrible. Like, if you were actually there, this Kindle Spark Duo is like, what? How do I get out of this? Loop. I'm in an infinite time loop. I guess it only ends when we kill somebody else. Okay, next. Super chat. Let's take from Pacers Fan Forever. Celis. Woodfall. Woodfall Primus. And Phyrexian Altar. Celis Rune Knight. Woodfall Primus. And you want the altar for a sack outlet. So Woodfall Primus, 6/6 trample, enters the battlefield, destroy target non-creature permanent. But it's got persist, all right? It's going to come back. And Celis, oh yes, Celis enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, draw that many cards, +1. Great value. But most importantly, if a creature would enter the battlefield, if one or more of them entered from a graveyard or is cast from a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. You're cruel, Pacers Fanfare. You're going to blow up everybody's permanents with the Woodfall Primus and get mana out of it mana at the same time. Okay, who has no combo yet? New York Street Poets. I'm adding the Water Crystal to my Commander Mill decks. There we go. People are learning quickly. William with a standard combo. We've got another the Soul Cauldron. I wonder if this is exactly how they designed Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So you want to exile the Captive Weird. Then the +1/+1 counters on Ultimecia, Time Sorceress, to pay 4 +1/+1 Phyrexian for extra turn. Oh wow! Pay transform twice to repeat this for infinite. Interesting. Okay, so the first off, okay, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. You exile creatures from the graveyard. They get a counter and get all the abilities. You can do that? Are you serious? So we're going to exile the Captive Weird. It has the ability of Phyrexian 3 mana, transform Captive Weird. But then if we put this on another creature, it's just like exile this creature and then transform it. And then what do we get here? We have a 7/7 Menace creature, time compression. When this creature transforms, take an extra turn after this one. You can cheat on transform abilities. I feel like the game is cheating when it says transform name, but that's not your name. Did you legally change your name to Captive Weird? Whatever. Okay, that's a cool combo. Next super chat from Almond. We have about 50. What does that mean? You have 50 combos? Sid. Timeless Artificer. Is every Sid an Artificer? And Mycosynth Lattice. Well, this can't be fair. Or I should say it can't be fun. 6 mana artifact. All permanents are artifacts in addition to their other types. All cards that aren't on the battlefield, spells, and permanents are colorless. And also players may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Well, that's really weird. It's like, okay, everything is colorless, but players may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Sid, Timeless Artificer, a 4 mana 4/4. Artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+1 for each artificer. Sorry, yeah, each artificer you control and each artificer card in your graveyard. Huh? Okay, a deck can have any number of cards named Sid, Timeless, Artificer. It doesn't say artifact. What's going on here? Okay, artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1 for each artificer you control. Oh, I guess the idea is you just want to put this thing down. All your creatures... But all permanents are artifacts in addition to their other types. So as you play artificer creatures, you buff up your artifacts, which is totally fine. Okay, next up, let's get who didn't get a combo yet. I don't know if Lewis got a combo. You also want to take your shot at Vivi. Vivi Ornitheur. Is it Ornitheur or like Ornitheur or something like that? And you also want Quicksilver Elemental for infinite mana. Is it that easy? Quicksilver Yeah, apparently there's a lot of Quicksilver cards. Infinite mana and then cast something to kill your opponents. I don't know, a big walking ballista. Yeah, it could be anything. So, Vivi again, add X mana in any combination of red or blue, where X is its power. Activate only during your turn, only once each turn. So, we have some way of blinking this thing? Oh no, we're just gonna gain. Okay, pay a blue. Quicksilver Elemental gains all activated abilities of target creature until end of turn. You may spend blue mana as lower mana of any color to pay the activation cost of Quicksilver's elemental abilities. But still, can you only just not do it? How does this work? Oh, it's equal to the power? Spend blue mana. Activate gains all activated abilities of target creature until end of turn. How does this combo off? How does this get... Oh, so it is Orniteer. Sounds good enough. Tier. Okay, you pay the blue to gain the ability again. What, in response? Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Each time you pay blue, it gets a new instance of Vivi's ability. Oh! That's crazy. That's almost like cheating. That's just at... What the hell is this? You can pay... Well, it doesn't reset the ability. You just get another one. It's like you get a voucher for a free hot dog. You use up your voucher. You just go get another voucher for a free hot dog. This Quicksilver Elemental is eating all the hot dogs. It's being eyed for CEDH. Well, I don't doubt it at all. I don't doubt it. Although, you know, some of these combos are a bit janky looking. This one, I mean, this is a pretty simple 2-card combo, though. This is clean. Very, very clean. A lot of colorless in this mana cost so that you can easily... But you do need it. Well, okay, wait, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the blue mana from Vivi afterwards. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's get to our super chats. The New York City Street Poet. The Water Crystal. Tunnel Vision. You love your Water Crystal. And lastly, you also want Hinder. Or any card that puts a card on the bottom of a library. Hinder will do. You counter a spell, and if that card's countered that way, put it on the top or bottom of its owner's library. I guess you're going to choose bottom. Tunnel Vision, name a card. The target player reveals cards on the top of their library until the name card is revealed. If it is, that player puts the rest of the revealed cards into their graveyard and puts the named card on top of the library. Otherwise, the player shuffles their library. So you have to hit a card, though. Yeah, you have to hit the card in the deck. What's the point of this card? Like, isn't this just a 2-card combo? So it's like you're trying to show off this combo and then just add the Water Crystal in addition to it. That's unfair magic. It's so it's perfect. Oh no, that's quite fair. You know what? If combos weren't allowed, Richard Garfield wouldn't have blessed this game with combos in the first place. First tier 1 deck in Magic was a combo. Okay, next up. Let's go look at Voltlin. Good King Mog. Let's look at Good King Mog. The 12th, chapter 2 or 3, and then you want composite book. Okay, we need composite golem. And it must be a token. Thank you very much. And Searing Torch. Sorry, Sealing Touch. Maybe I need to get glasses. I'm getting too old. Getting too old for streams. All this reading I'm doing. This looks like a YouTube thumbnail. Almost one that I would have. Except there's like, it's missing an arrow where this circle is. Okay, let's get back to your first card. So you want chapter 2 or 3. Summon Good King Mog the 12th. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, create a token that's a copy of a non-saga token you control. So we need to make we need to make a token of this thing, but it can't be the original. 6 mana, 4/4, sack it, add 5 mana. So we're gonna copy it. I guess we can sack the old copy. Searing Touch deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and also we can buy back for 4 mana. So whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, create a token. So we keep playing this card so that we can keep making copies of this golem. We're gonna sack the old one, which is it's okay. We can keep sacking the old one. We get 5 mana, which can keep paying for this stupid card over and over again. And we're gonna deal we're gonna deal infinite 1 damage. Infinite damage. Sorry, death by 1,000 cuts, as they say. Death by 1,000 cuts. But it works for us. Looks like a Zelda Ruby, which... Oh, I don't know which picture. Must have been an older card. Okay, next up, we have another super chat from the Dangerous One. Turn 3 flip Sephiroth. You got it. So Sephiroth, Fabled, and Flare of Malice. Flare of Malice. Is this the one, like, creatures entering the battlefield this turn die? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so Sephiroth is whenever Sephiroth enters or attacks, you may sack another creature. If you do, draw a card. Whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. If this is the 4th time this ability has resolved this turn, transform Sephiroth. So that I guess the idea is we need somebody to play a lot of spells in 1 turn. Is that right? Yeah, I was like, you know what? You got it right. Like, if we played a board wipe, we would accidentally kill our Sephiroth. That's not good. We need to play Flare of Malice. So, each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Oh, no, this is... Sorry, you may sacrifice a non-token black creature rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Each opponent sacks a creature or planeswalker with the greatest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control. I was actually mistaking this, this free spell with another one. But that's fine. That works too. How many creatures? So whenever another creature dies, so it counts ours as well. If this is the 4th time this ability has resolved this turn, so we need 2 Flare of Malices, effectively, and also 2 creatures to sacrifice. Oh no! In Commander, this is easy. You sack your creature. I think I see. This is specifically for Commander, which is totally fine. So you sack 1 creature, and then everyone else sacks 3. And then, congratulations, Sephiroth. You get to transform. Into what? I don't even know. You're a big boy now. You're a big 1-winged angel. Instead of having two arms, you now have 1. But 1 wing. Okay, Tobias. Did we already have sneak attack with King? Does that work? King, Cac. Is this a different card? King Cactuar. King. I don't know this card. Are you talking about the cactus? The Jumbo Cactuar? Whenever this creature attacks, it wouldn't even work actually with sneak attack. I'm not familiar with the other one. Because sneak attack. Oh no, sorry, it does work. Sneak attack. Sneak attack is no, if 100% it works. Yeah, it works. So pay a red. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. I forgot this card lets you attack. Some cards are just like, all right, put this card onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Yeah, you just pay a red, put your Jumbo Crackdar on the battlefield. Is it even necessary? You know, it's funny. A lot of people today are giving Jumbo Crackdar combos without sneak attack. Like they just assume we're gonna hard cast this card for full value. 7 mana. Yeah, we have to give it trample. Don't worry. I got it. We're in red already, right? How about Monstrous Rage? I hate this card. This is the most fair card ever I've hate the most. It feels like any deck that plays, because it gets +2/+0 until end of turn, and it gets a monstrous token, which gives it trample. So frustrating. Does it get trample? Hold on. You get a roll, put on that enchanted creature. Oh yeah, and it has trample. Intuitively, I think it has trample. I didn't read it. This should be the Jumbo Cactuar combo stream. Honestly, people are giving combos that are not Jumbo Cactuar, so I commend everybody. Thank you very much. Okay, next we got Pace's Fan Forever. A fan forever, even to the end. Celis Rune Knight, Kitchen Fink. Hey, okay, so we have Celis Rune. You want Infinite Life instead. Kitchen Finks. Basically, insert Celis Rune Knight any persist card. But we don't want just... Oh, sorry, we need the Phyrexian Altar. So we get infinite life gain, and that's it, actually. Oh, infinite mana. Infinite any mana. Yeah, Celis Rune Knight is the new Spike Feeder. Sorry, Spike Feeder. I should make a meme about that on the internet. I love that relationship meme where the boyfriend's looking at the prettier girl. Everyone's now looking at Celis Rune Knight, and unfortunately, poor. No, it's not Spike Feeder. Malira. What else? Malira. What else supports these combos? Ah, there's another one that's very similar to this, where you can't get the counters. Well, what does Malira do? Malira. I didn't spell that at all. Creatures can't have -1/-1 counters. Okay, so this only works for the persist cards, but not the undying cards. Next up, Solemnity. Oh yeah, that works too, actually. Yep. No one's looking at Solemnity anymore. It's all Celis Rune Knight, baby. All Celis Rune Knight. Does this work? Nourishing Shoal and Jumbo Cactuar gain 7 life. What kind of combo is that? It's terrible. Okay, Pageman has a smaller combo. The best combo with Water Crystal. New York City street poet might be listening, Pageman. Sphinx's tutelage. No shenanigans needed. Instant mill to death. Good thumbnail, too. Oh, you're trying to get on my thumbnail, huh, Pageman? Well, it might work. Okay, Sphinx's tutelage, 3 mana. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into the graveyard. If they're both non-land cards that show a color, repeat the process. 6 mana, draw a card, then discard a card. And then, yeah, if an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4 instead. And so it's almost a certainty that they're going to get milled out. We're drawing target opponent puts the top 2 cards of the library. If they're both non-land cards that share color, repeat the process. But you do need to hit enough cards. What if we're up against a 5-color deck, a really janky 5-color deck? Like, you know, they don't have any gold cards. Does anyone do that? Make a 5-color deck with no gold cards? Yeah, auto mill 6. It's good value. It's not bad. Next up, who has no combo yet? Maybe everyone's had a combo at this point. Turiot, Primal Odin, and Rogue's Passage. What? The unblockable land? Okay, target creature can't be blocked this turn. You're not going to be blocked. What can we do with this card? It's a 5/3. Chapter 1, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Chapter 2, their creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Oh, they lose the game. That's crazy. That way, but you know what? You have to look at it the other way. You win the game. Whenever someone loses the game, you've won the game. Lesson Commander, you might have a little bit more work to do. This might be my thumbnail. It's so simple yet genius. Okay, Tobias, scale up Tifa and fetch. Huh? I'm curious. Tifa Lockhart? And you want to fetch at the end? So Misty Rainforest. Or is there a card called Fetch? No. Okay, there is no card. What does Tifa do? Trample. Whenever a land you control enters, double Tifa's power and toughness. And how does scale... Oh! I'm gonna get big. Target creature becomes a 6/4. So we play a land, double or nothing. Play another land, double or nothing again. William with the Mole God. And Masamune. Who is this Mole God? Okay, Mole God doesn't exist. I was so curious. Something God? How many gods are there in this game? No fetch land? Huh? Oh, that god. Is it Ansrag? I don't know the names of all these cards. No, this is the Rampage. There we go. Ansrag, the Quake Mole. It is a mole god. I just can't find mole god like that. Okay, so and you want Masamune. Oh my god, it's Sephiroth pointing a sword at me. As long as equipped creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked if able. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a creature or an emblem you control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. So the deal with the Quake Mole is if you block it, untap each creature you control, and after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. And in fact, I might have 2 combat phases. There we go. That's a combo. That's pretty good. That's like the ultimate lure trap. You know, back in the day, they had lure. This is like the new lure. Matthew, god of all the mighty moles. Yeah, all the moles in this game. I don't know how many moles there are. Alright, next up. Lesthian doesn't have a combo yet. Ovika. Enigma Goliath. And a Realm Okay, hold on. We have this. We have a Realm Reborn. Ashiok, Dream, Nightmare, Muse. Uh-oh. Ashiok. Sorry. No, I'm the idiot. You didn't ask for Ashiok Dream anything. Just said Nightmare Muse. Problem is, I'm most familiar with Ashiok Dream Render, so when I write in Ashiok, I just automatically type Dream Render. Is that it? -3 ability targeting itself. Fantastic. Okay, so what are the first few cards? Ovika, 7 mana, 6/6 flying, ward 3, pay 3 life. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create X 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens, where X is the mana value of that spell. They gain haste until end of turn. Are we going to play... Whenever you cast a non-creature spell? Well, I guess that's not mentioned in the combo. A Realm Reborn. Other permanents you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. And then we have our Ashiok, Nightmare Muse, -3. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then that player exiles a card from their hand. Return target non-land permanent. Huh? Other permanents you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Oh, we're getting... Okay, so we're getting the creatures that have haste. I see, okay. So we're getting... So basically, we're getting a lot of mana, almost infinite mana. Basically infinite mana, because whenever you cast a non-creature spell, we get that many tokens equal to the mana value of that spell. So the mana, it's all free. And then... Is the idea we just cast a random spell and just keep playing it over and over again? I think that's... No, we can't. No, you can only do this once. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then that player exiles a card from their hand. How does this work? Okay, loop Ashiok and you get infinite goblins. So we have to blink it? Are we missing a blink card? Not infinite. Only once per card in your hand. Okay, thank you very much. I bet you could make it go infinite, though, because all you have to do is blink your Ashiok, which is not, like, the easiest thing in the world, but, you know, it's possible. It's not impossible. Yeah, you need infinite cards. Well, how many cards are there? How many unique cards are there in Magic the Gathering? Unique cards in Magic the Gathering. Let's see. No, I'm Googling this. How many unique cards in Magic the Gathering? Something like 27,000 cards. Okay. We can do this 27,000 times. And it's going to work. I don't know what my deck looks like. You know, bringing your deck to a tournament would be like bringing tons of, I don't know. It's those giant card sorting boxes. Sounds like an absolute nightmare. Currently, there's no rules against like how big your deck can be in Magic the Gathering. It can be as big as you want. The only rule is you have to shuffle it by yourself. You can do this only amount of cards in your hand. Yep, I understand. Okay, let's do one more for the show. Or sorry, one more for the road. Shoegazer. Already do Corey Steelcutter. Nope. Corey Steelcutter. And Cloud Midgar Mercenary. I think the combos on the back half of the show are just absolute fire. Midgar Mercenary. Okay, Cloud is a 2-mana 2/1. Enters, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and as long as Cloud is equipped, if an ability of a Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Ooh. Oh, this is an equipment. I forgot about that. It's got like basically living weapon. It's a 2-mana equipment, gets +1/+1, and has trample and haste. Sorry, the equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample and haste. It's got flurry though. When you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. You may attach this equipment to it. Look at that. We broke Corey Steelcutter, everyone. We broke it. The way you break it is with Cloud Midgar Mercenary. Funny enough. Cool. Oh, I have to do this. It has Waterfront Bouncer. I'm not ending here. Summon Leviathan into Waterfront Bouncer. Oh, you want to keep bouncing this card? So chapter 1 is return each creature that isn't a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, or Octopus or Serpent to their owner's hands. But the thing is, Waterfront Bouncer is a Merfolk, so this will stay in play. And for a blue, you can tap, discard a card, return target creature to your hand. So you can return your Leviathan. So whenever people keep playing their cards, you just replay Leviathan over and over again. Make your opponents very, very upset that they invited you over. But it works. It works. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for coming out to my show. As usual, we do this 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you very much for the people being here today, contributing. People like Jess, Christopher B, Tim. We got Yeezus, New York Street Poet. Sorry, New York City Street Poet. Leon, Lil Deadfly, Steve Cooper, Lestian, William. Who else deserves go? All one word. Shoegazer, Cooler, Bruno. Who else is here in chat? Tobias, Bjorn. That's one of 3 acceptable pluralizations. Great stuff. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees and combos. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the next cup.